something on the screen. I'm trying to get rid of it. Yeah. Welcome to Crypto.XL. You guys, well, people didn't show up yet. All right, but you got to watch a replay anyway. So let's get on with the show. All right. When last we left Bitcoin. So Bitcoin broke the 75K. I think last time I saw Bitcoin, it was like 74,300. And we thought this was what's going to happen. We said where we are in the 4-year cycle, the fact that we're in a bear market and we're in the 4th year, during the time where Bitcoin has its third capitulation, its third leg down to the lows, that heading into the summer months, that this is where it's supposed to drop like another 30 or so percent. And so it's to be expected. However, it really didn't fall that much yet. You could say it fell from close to 83,000 to 74,000. It's around 9,000, 8 to 9,000 that it fell. So it did fall some. The shorts are still in profit. We are currently trading in a range, right? So the range is actually somewhere around 73,000 to 84,000. That's the range that we're trading in. So as we head closer, you know, now to 73,000, that might be a good time to lock in some profits and to get out of some of the shorts, right? Still keep some of the short open, but get out of some of it, because there's a chance we'll go back to the top part of the range. However, we have a lot of time from now. By a lot of time, I mean a couple months, right? From now to October, because we're going to be in June soon. So June, July, August, September, October, around 5 or so months until the end of the bull market, or close to the end of the bull market. So stacking up on altcoins during these pullbacks might not be such a bad idea. I will say, though, that there is a chance that we break this range. I talked about the range we're in, where the bottom is 73K. If we break that, we come down again, and we could head towards 60K. So stacking up a little bit of alts now, and then if we break, buying more at 60K might not be such a bad idea, right? So I'm paying attention to Bitcoin dominance and Ethereum dominance. And currently, Ethereum seems to be weak to Bitcoin, because Ethereum is actually getting beat up more than Bitcoin. Bitcoin is actually a lot more stable than the altcoins. So Ethereum is the altcoin indicator, and it's telling me that others could have another leg down coming. And the leg down from others, if it has a leg down, it's going to be more significant than Bitcoin, right? So others might be taking a beating. So just staying abreast of what's going on in the market, waiting for the perfect opportunity to swoop in like a hawk and to get some alts at some really, really cheap prices, and just hold the alts, for another 2 years or so. Just be calm and be patient. But entry is everything. The price where you enter these alts, it matters a lot. So I'm still expecting something big to happen. I'm not sure what it's going to be. If I knew what it was going to be, I'd be able to predict the future. But I'm thinking that something is going to happen. It's going to warrant the price of Bitcoin taking that next leg down, because Bitcoin is looking precarious, on the edge of a cliff. I'm seeing the price hold up. It's held up really well, considering that we're in a bear market. But I've also seen that it's being held up on no volume. It's very low volume. So if the price is being held up, but there's not many people buying, then, I'm wondering if this is just market manipulation, right? It could be the case. In any respect, I'm gonna stay watching the market and expecting the next leg down, and on the next leg down, accumulating some of the altcoins that I have my eye on. I see Solana is come down to the lows, and Solana is holding up quite well. If Bitcoin breaks the 73K, Solana heads towards $60, right? So I have my eye on Sol, but there's other alts. There's other leading alts. I'm seeing Sui look like it hit its bottom and it's on its way back up, right? Should we have another leg down, Sui might be another coin to acquire on this next leg down. Ondo, there are a lot of crypto that I have my eye on, and I'll be accumulating on this next leg down. I don't think it's going to be the time to accumulate the small caps or mid caps at that point. I think that we're in dangerous territory in the market to start acquiring those, because there's a good chance that a lot of these companies, a lot of these cryptos are going to go. They're going to turn into dust. They're not going to be in existence anymore. It makes no point just throwing money away in a bear market. Not when that money could 10x if you buy the right coins in the bear market. So you don't really need to go that degen when we hit rock bottom, right? You can get some large caps, and you can get the leading large caps, because the leading large caps are the ones that risk reward wise are the best investments soon, very soon, right? So I don't think anything really changed. The only thing that changed from my position, the last time I did the video, was the price of Bitcoin, because the last time I did the video, Bitcoin was doing a little bit better. Bitcoin was 82K, and now Bitcoin is retracing. And we're not sure how low it's going to go. I gave you a range. I said 73K to roughly 80K, actually, but it's spiked above that and came back down. And the shorts that we're in are currently in profit. They're in the money. As we head towards 73K, it's time to deleverage and to come out of some of those shorts, because that is where the bottom of this range is. I'm actually expecting Bitcoin to break the range, but it would be deranged not to take some profit out of the range, right? Because we might be range bound and then I'd be enraged. So there's a good chance that we break the 73K. If we do, lathering in on the way down, I'm looking at 60K as a really, really, really strong buffer, a really, really strong hold. Should we go down to 60K, right? That would be a really good place to stack up some alts. So it is possible that we do come down, and then if we break that, well, going all in at that point, I think the risk reward is pretty good, right? None of this is financial advice. There is risk involved in crypto, and you can lose all the money you invest into crypto. Please make sure you do not put money in that you're not afraid to lose. But things are happening in the market like how we thought they were going to happen. We de-risked out of the market at the highs where Bitcoin was close to all-time highs, and we're lathering in as Bitcoin starts to come down. We were in shorts when we were supposed to be, and currently we're taking some profit out of shorts. But if you want to find out more what I'm doing, which coins I'm looking at, and when I'm going to make my move, when I'm going to leap into the market, do check out the Patreon. I will keep you informed. I'm looking at how Bitcoin is performing against ETH. I'm looking at the Ethereum dominance. I'm looking at the others chart. I'm looking at the market as a whole. I saw the stock market started to pull back a little bit. And I'm primarily charts, and I'm primarily the Bitcoin cycle, and I'm primarily the Bitcoin dominance, ETH dominance, others dominance. But the stock market and how the stock market and the world events affect crypto. and and from a market perspective also, from the market perspective also, I from the macro events of the world also, I'm also paying attention to that, right? It seems kind of interesting to me what's going on. Okay. So things are going according to plan. I will keep you informed, and that's what I have for you today. Do look out for me on Twitter because I give market updates on Twitter too, where the market's headed and where we are with Ethereum dominance. And do check me out on Patreon. All right. Shout out to everyone on Patreon. Shout out to everyone that supports the channel. And I will be seeing you at the top as we acquire in the bear. All right. This is Crypto.XL. Take care. Be good. And make sure you manage your risk. Peace.